Hello, my name is Dr. K, and my highest excitement is providing you with the tools, the strategies, and the technologies to help you evolve rapidly as conscious leaders in body, mind, and spirit so we can be the change that we've been waiting for. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone you love, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, this is Dr. K, and today I want to talk to you about something I experienced sitting out here. And for the last couple years, I've been traveling the world and going to different lands and different places and really getting quiet, doing some meditation and feeling what shows up. And actually, when I left my busy doctor practice back in Austin, Texas, I didn't really know I was going to be going on this journey. I'd never really done anything like that. I'd meditated quite a bit, and I've done a lot of inner work and a lot of healing work, but I didn't know that I would be being called to listen to something that I didn't even know existed at the time. So I started going off to different lands, and right now I'm in a beautiful area. It's a slot canyon, if you can tell, around me. And when I lay here and I get quiet and I listen, you know, the phone's off, the distraction's off. I really take a moment to meditate. I take a moment to clear any of my doubts and all my human bullshit, you know, that we all have about the story about our life or our mother or anything that holds us back, and just feel into the land and really feel and really trust the intuition that comes. And what I really felt was that to share this message, this was the message that I really felt, but the message I want to share with you, we've lost a lot of this wisdom by listening to the land and sharing with community. This is what our ancient cultures had, and we've really lost that. And I feel a lot of people feel kind of really busy and overwhelmed and lost in the minutia of life, that they forget that there's even magic. And so meaning the beauty and really learning things that you didn't even know was possible. And so this 2-year journey around the world in 20 different countries, and because I had this unique experience, I learned that you could listen. And so the lesson here was that there's something that wants to be birthed through you, and at the time you can't imagine it happening. And so in this beautiful slot canyon all around here, you know, I'm sure this was just soil at one point, and the rains and the monsoons would come and then eventually just slowly wear down, and eventually it creates a thing of beauty. And so from listening to nature, that's what I love about this. I didn't create this idea or say, let's say this. I just listened to it, and I want to share it with you because what wants to come through you may feel uncomfortable. Maybe it's like, man, I want to get on stage and act like Jim Carrey, you know. I want to get on stage and empower people, like a Tony Robbins kind of thing. Or I want to just share love and hug people and heal people that way. And there's a woman who does this called Amma, the hugging saint. People come from all over the world to be hugged by her, and they have spontaneous healings from this. And there's other people that are known for dance or sound, or, you know, on the way here I had to actually drive through Vegas and I saw David Copperfield. His thing is magic and entertainment. Some people it's comedy. Mine's healing work and doctoring work and deep transformational work. And what wants to come through me, I know can feel scary, meaning I feel that I really am at a point in my life where I've done enough work where I can no longer use the story of, oh, why me? Or how is that possible? Or I couldn't do that. It would look really weird and it would be so vulnerable. What if people trampled all over my feelings? Like I gave my heart my best, and it created hurt. It created pain, it created fear, judgment. And you know, if you can be okay and not hold on to what comes through, just like these canyons, like I don't know if you can see through here, this water comes through, and what it does by letting it come through is it creates a thing of beauty. I mean, it's really a thing of beauty that even the land, you know, whenever this started long ago, I really doubt it had any awareness that it was going to end up being one of the most beautiful slot canyons in the world. And That's what you can learn from nature, is that nature's just full surrender. It's just letting go, letting go, letting go. The stream is letting go constantly, and um, all the while, all of these amazing things are going on, and we can take a lot of lessons from nature. Like, this canyon is constantly shedding. The redwoods and the sequoia trees that are, hundreds of years older than the birth of Christ historically out here, um, are constantly shedding their leaves and shedding the skin, and actually when they fall they create more soil for the new. It's like widening back and looking at the bigger picture. Now, it's harder to widen back and look at the big picture if you're really in your life and you're overwhelmed. And this is why, if there's things in your life, it's time to let them go. If you want to be of service to the world, you have to let them go. You have to let that go, just move right through you and your life. The thing that's moving through you in your life, at first, maybe all of this stuff, like my old relationships are moving through me, they're falling off of me. Like your skin is constantly shedding. Could you imagine if we didn't shed skin? Like if our natural body didn't know that we could just shed skin? That would be terrible. I don't even know what that would be like. Or if a tree didn't know how to shed its leaves, it would actually die. It wouldn't live long. And we come in programmed to know how to shed our skin. Literally in 7 years, we are an entirely new body. We're constantly shedding liver tissue and old lung tissue, sloughing and mucus, and we're moving our bowels through our body, and we're drinking, a tea, and it goes right through, and we urinate it and goes right back in the earth. We're constantly shedding. So if you'll get the awareness, like, I feel like a lot of those gifts that humans come in pre-programmed with, like your hair grows, your eyes blink. I mean, could you imagine if you had to think about blinking your eyes all day? That would be exhausting, and eye drops would go through the roof. The stock market would go crazy. But we come in already pre-programmed as humans just to know how to put food in our mouth. We know how to chew, we know how to like slowly crawl and walk. It's fascinating. And this program comes, science would say, through evolution. So what if the next stages of evolution is not necessarily learning how to walk faster, although science and robotics and people are running faster and faster miles, every year. One year it wasn't possible to run the 5-minute mile. Now everybody's doing it. It's 2000 and late already. I'm sure there's like the 3-minute and 33-second mile now, who knows. But what if the next step for evolution is getting the awareness that just like your body's programmed to slough off, that you can slough off the awareness of, this isn't part of me, this old story, the fact that I was bullied, or that I grew up in a certain part of the world so I can't be of service, the fact that I can't do it because of, it was hard for me growing up, and just all the old stories, people don't like me, or I'm not outgoing, or I'm afraid. If you can let that stuff move through you, this is really the evolution of where I believe mankind, man and woman, are at right now, because we are realizing we have a human necessity to grow and explore, and we're doing that. And so in that, we're creating faster jets and smarter bombs and smarter technology, but we haven't yet really brought in wisdom. And so where can we get wisdom if we're seeking wisdom? Not from a guru or from a guy with a certain type of tie or a robe or a badge. Like, for yourself, where would you go to obtain wisdom? Well, one of them is silencing and quieting the mind and really sitting in ancient places. It seems really silly and like taboo-ish or something, and you see this kind of spiritual thing of a person sitting on a mountain, but not for the Instagram photo, but to like, my Facebook picture is now this. It's like you're doing it to really, really listen and to receive insight and wisdom. And maybe this is where some of the most brilliant people brought in this information and wisdom. Edgar Cayce, if you haven't heard of this guy, his name, he was called the Sleeping Prophet. And he would essentially go into a place and just be quiet, and information would come through, and he made a lot of people actually millionaires and billionaires. They actually stopped doing it later because he didn't want people to take secrets from wherever he was, in that hypnotic state. and take that information and, you know, just make money off of it. He wanted to do it for a different reason in humanity. So there's so much that wants to come through you, so much that we're scared of it. But look around, look at the wisdom of this place, how ancient, right? And if we look at nature and we say, wow, it's always sloughing, the oldest trees slough, you know, and stand the test of time. And the canyons, you know, they just kept surrendering and surrendering and surrendering to the flow that was coming through them, which was, in this case, water and monsoon floods. And the next evolution for man and woman on this earth is that we become more conscious, more sentient, more really tapped into what is coming through this, because this is how new consciousness is like, whoa, I can actually give my gift by sloughing off the old fear and doubt. I can be of service. I can actually be abundant. I've created a career out of helping and inspiring people. I don't have to work at it. I don't have to get anything. I don't have to sell anything, because if people feel that is possible in someone, they're interested because they want it for themselves. And this is like, if you've got something that's a gift, I want to know what it is. I want to see the brightest and biggest and most beautiful, powerful souls on planet Earth right now emerge. And I believe that's the time and space that we're in. So whatever it is that wants to come through, even if you're uncomfortable, like, ooh, I'm afraid of it, just being aware that you're afraid of that is the awareness that it's already starting to leave, because you're now saying, oh, I have an awareness that I want to do something and I'm afraid of that. What is that all about? Start to question that. Like, where's this coming from? What's that all about? And be loving and patient as you let go. Be loving and patient as you surrender. I just want to leave you one last thing is, from all the nature, what I feel is, you know, it's like birds and the river and beavers and the wind and the trees, and they're all essentially in love with their experience, love with life. Flowers are flowering and bees are pollinating, and they're just creating for the sake of creation. That's the way they were programmed, or the way they came in, or however, but they're just unfolding, and the unfoldment that's possible for us. And now I know for myself, from doing the work, you have to do the work, and that's the work I like to show people, is how to do the work and what feels right in yourself. Take what you like and leave the rest. But man, what happens is true freedom, like the freedom of just being like at peace to be in service to the world, just by letting open your heart, letting it flow through. And man, it's such an honor to talk to you today. I'll talk to you soon. Dr. K signing out. If this video was inspiring and empowering, make sure you share it with someone you love, like, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss a single thing, and I will see you in the next video.